Recording equipment. Australia head coach and captain Tim Sheens and Cameron Smith. Any questions, please?
Tim, were you happiest with the 34 or with the 2?
With the win. Yeah, just with the win.
Tim, can you remember a better?
Not in my time. I'm not going to comment on others, but although, you know, they've been a great side, and, you know, we've sort of said to Smithy, we've grown old together, me as a coach and him as a player. But, you know, that the seniority in the team today really stood up. I think all the senior players, the young blokes did their job, but, you know, well, apparently we were the oldest Australian side ever to play against England, ever to play. So, you know, the veterans stood up today, yeah.
Tim, in your whole career, where that performance and was any good?
Oh, look, you know, I always say firsts are a big thing, and our first grand final, and first World Cup, yeah. Well, what do you say? You know, it was a great occasion, terrific atmosphere. You know, fantastic to play at the Field of Dreams, or the House of Dreams, as I think they call it, and yeah, and to have such a great performance from a bunch, not just the players, but everyone in the group. The players who didn't play were disappointed, stood by us. The staff, you know, to get Billy back on deck, lots of things, you know, go behind the scenes. So it was a great team effort.
Cameron, how does it compare with all the things that you've won in the past? You know, the State of Origins, previous tournaments and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I get that question all the time, but you know, this is its own thing. You know, I don't want to compare this to Origin or grand finals. You know, this is something that you dream of doing as a kid, of, you know, winning a World Cup for Australia. You know, it's every time you pull on this jersey, it's a special moment in your football career, and you know, tonight just couldn't have gone any better for us. You know, we worked hard. We worked hard for the last 4 weeks in preparation for this game, and you know, it's pleasing when that final siren goes. You know, to know that all your hard work has counted for something, and I probably told a little white lie along the way where you know, this didn't mean much, you know, against what happened in 2008, but I think, you know, standing out in that field after the match, I think a little bit of that disappointment from 2008 was erased.
Is it the most complete Cameron in terms of both attack and defence?
Yeah, I think so. You know, I made that comment out to the people that, you know, I can't remember the last time I played in such a complete game of football in the Australian side, and it's been that way over the last 4 weeks. You know, we've played simple footy, we've played tough football, and that's all we did today. There's probably a couple of tries that were a little bit flashy, but the reason why we got the result the way we did today was just rolling the sleeves up and playing tough and playing for each other. You know, you look at first of all, you know, Billy's effort to get back and give himself any chance of playing was remarkable. I think he picked up the man of the match today. You know, that's the first one. Jared Hayne copped a heavy knock early in the game. We thought he was gone, but he bounced back up and played really well. And then obviously, you know, Brett Morris, when he hit that fence, you know, that he hurt his hip badly, but he just gritted his teeth and got back up, and he knew he had to play for the team, and that's all today was. We were just playing for each other, and obviously playing for our teammates that weren't there on the field with us, and obviously all of our coaches and all of our staff and everyone back home. That's all we did, was just play the best we could for each other, and we got a great result.
What are the doctors saying about Brett Morris's hip?
Between the champagne and the beer, I don't know whether it's even been looked at, but no, he finished okay, I think. They'll be sore tomorrow, there's no doubt, and but recovery's gone by at the moment. The broken bone just at the back of his thumb, but we're hoping that won't be the case. But we replaced him anyway, just to be sure. He was struggling with it. Yeah.
Cameron, do you think this pride in your line is something you can carry over to future Australians, man?
After a well-earned holiday, Yeah, I think it's something to build on. You know, we're very proud of our defensive effort that we've put together since the first game, and we're pretty much challenged by Sheens and David Furner to improve our defence and really be the best defensive team in this tournament. And I believe we've come away with that mantle. And you know, I think it's 5 games now, 5 consecutive games that we haven't conceded a try. And when you're playing a team like New Zealand, I've heard plenty of people say that that's the best New Zealand team that they've seen ever. To come up against them when they're in very good form and not let them cross your try line, that's a great effort. And it's something that we can look back on and say, well, you know, we're very proud of that over that 5 weeks.
Cameron, the fans back home a great lift, and particularly the league fans, but I wonder whether what you've done here today will help to lift the cricketers in their pursuit of domination.
Knocked us off in the first one, didn't we? No, well, I hope so. And to be honest, I got a message from Michael Clark before the match, just saying he and the boys will be watching from home, and they're right behind us. And Birdie actually got a message from Brad Haddon as well, saying that they're right behind us. So yeah, look, I hope they turn up in this second Test match and really give it to the Poms.
Did Michael give you any sleeping tips?
No, he didn't. No. Thankfully, we didn't need him today.
Cameron, in your time associated with the team, do you think the sense of prestige around international football has grown over since your career started?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, well, I've luckily been involved in 2 World Cups and you know, several 4-nation tournaments, and every tournament I've been involved in has been a huge success, and there's been you know, a lot of people turn up to the games. You know, that's why I thank everyone that came out to all the games throughout this World Cup. Is, you know, it's just so big, and I think every nation that's been involved in this World Cup have done their job to grow the game, particularly over here in the Northern Hemisphere. And I've mentioned before, you know, we played the USA in a quarter-final. That's only got to do good things for rugby league in the US. So you know, I think the international games in pretty good shape. We've seen the performances from, you know, those growing nations over the past 5 weeks. You know, they're getting better every year. So hopefully we can continue playing these tournaments and keep growing the game around the world.
Cameron, how are you going to recover? Hell of a long season now for you.
Yeah.
And next season starts pretty soon with the Auckland Nines in your case. I mean, you know, you're going to be way behind on your pre-season work, I would imagine. You know, how are you going to handle it?
The last sort of 4 years where we've had tournaments, well, we had the year off last year, but you know, personally speaking, you know, the club Melbourne Storm, they do a great job with the representative guys. They give us plenty of time off now. Well, I've got 6 weeks off now until I have to go back to training. And you know, sure, we might be a little bit underdone come the start of the season, but I felt great throughout this whole year. You know, that's why I played every game, and I asked him if I could be a part of every game here. If I didn't feel up to it, then you know, I wouldn't have put my hand up. But this year's been long, but it's for a great cause. You know, we're representing our country, and we've just come away as world champions. So I wouldn't have it any other way.
Just the last couple of guys just here.
Cameron, you were in this position for the Kiwis. I mean, the Kiwis were in 2008. What advice would you give the Kiwis?
Oh, look, it's very hard to sort of give any advice to someone that's you know, gone down in a World Cup final. I actually spoke to Stephen Kearney after the game and just, you know, obviously give him my commiserations and sort of let him know that I know exactly how the boys are feeling. You know, they've had a wonderful tournament, and unfortunately they couldn't get it done. But as we all know, can only be one winner. But you know, the thing about the Kiwis is that they got a lot of young guys in their squad, and you know, they'll bounce back. They're a confident bunch of boys. Obviously, this will give them a fairly big sort of setback for them for a couple of weeks, but make them hungrier next year, I can assure you that.
Purpose was Billy Slater to not play?
So we tested Billy, and staff were pretty confident. They'd been running him, privately up until that point. Wednesday, we decided that if Bill was going to play, he had to get bashed, and I mean bashed. We threw him in tackle suits, and just about everyone had a shot at him in one way or another through the session, including Greg Inglis, who I think secretly wanted the fullback role, but
He did throw him around a bit.
He did throw him around a bit. But Billy came through it the next day, no swelling on the knee, and then I was pretty confident. When we went through Friday, and again he really flew through training on Friday. I think that gave him the confidence as well, and it did me too. However, he and my career, well, my career and my medical staff's career swung on the balance today, I can tell you. But he came through really well, didn't he? And look, his performance was brilliant. But Bill's thrown away a lot of contenders have challenged him. A couple of them are playing in the centres for us at the moment with Jared Hayne and at one stage, and then and GI. But Bill's still the premium number one in the game.
Ian, what for you, that's in? You like to carry on in the role, or?
Look, like Cameron, I'm going to have a little bit of time off, and that's out of my hands as far as the game will decide that. But if it's not for me, then I've had a great time with the boys 5 years, and can't finish any better than with the trophies. We've got both trophies in the cabinet home now, so. But I'm not going to speculate one way or another what might or might not happen. Just at the moment, just enjoy the fact that we've got the trophy in our dressing room.
Thanks everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
We'll be able to see here.